something if you want to specify your own IPs. Omkar, I took a look. I took a look at what you said. We like yes, if we ever get blocked, we will automatically handle it. So we rotate IPs every few minutes, and we try to maintain the same IP for a little bit because that way it looks like a more natural pattern. So if you send in like 100 requests, you'll notice the IP rotate automatically. But if you test it just with a few requests, then you'll notice the IP stay the same. And then I think in terms of everything else, that was your only concerns, right? Yeah, of course. It should, you can test it out. So we scrape PDFs, docx, documents, JSON, CSV, HTML. We're going to add Excel and PowerPoint, and we handle it automatically for you. So you don't need to specify. We return a type in the response, and we tell you what type of content you just scraped. Mhm. So we have. Are you talking about the extract endpoint or the scrape endpoint? Yeah, so the extract endpoint, there's a field called fact check where we fact check every single thing we return. So if you are uncertain about a field you're about to extract, you can mark it as nullable. That way we can return null to you, and you can enable the fact check field. If you see any weird responses, let me know. We are improving it basically every single week, and it is better than competitors, much faster as well. But we could get something wrong. So the extract endpoint is a work in progress. It works really well right now, but if you see anything weird, just let me know. And then we also monitor your responses, so we'll notice within the day. Yeah. You have two options really. So you can use our extract API, which works super well, or you can use build your own pipeline and use your own models to do the extraction, right? So like if you don't trust our endpoint for whatever reason, you could scrape many pages and then turn it into markdown and extract the content off of it, and it might even be, I mean, it depends on how many pages you're scraping, but it could be faster. It's up to you really how you want to build this. Hmm. Okay. Yeah, you could try both. They should work super well. Awesome. And then Arvind, do you have questions for me?
Yeah, so a couple of points, right? I was the one who gave Omkar to. We have done a lot of scrapping checks previously, and we were using scrappling, where Firecrawl and a couple of other were not able to detect at least. So scrappling was doing it, but when we checked, I think he shared you the metrics, right? The percentage is very high, but need to do a lot of thorough analysis of how we can do a scrap around because we have around 2,000 to 5,000 websites. My plan is to go ahead deep and do their LinkedIn analysis, their Instagram analysis, blah blah blah.
Okay.
So I get their pulse. So ultimately, the pulse needs to be identified. So for that, what all the capabilities do you have? Do you have the LinkedIn scrapper? Do you have the Instagram scrapper?
We can
And
scrape any publicly available information. We don't do anything behind a login just yet. But if you want, I can send you some links to other people who do it. The problem is like I'm still deciding how I want to do this. But LinkedIn, we can scrape anything public facing. So like the company page is available, the people page is available,
no,
but the
let
work.
me do this way, right? Let me tell this way. Let's say if my browser is doing this, right? Can't you take the cookie access?
Yeah,
Can't you take the cookie access?
we can take your cookie and make it work. So it should be fine. The problem is that if you use your personal account cookie and you send in 1,000 requests, it will
It
ban your
might
account.
block. So
Yeah,
we need to create some dummy accounts.
yeah. And I mean, there's different options. So I know some
Hmm.
people, but if you create a dummy account, you need to warm it up properly. So
Correct,
you need to
correct,
like
correct.
post, get some followers, etc. I know some other companies who are doing this, and it's a problem for everyone. So it's super hard.
Hmm. Yeah, you were telling something else, right? You told that you will be sending some docs and the specialities which you are pushing in, right? Can you explain a bit more about that and how we can leverage that?
Some docs.
You mentioned that you will be sharing on the last call, which is I spoke with you, right? You mentioned you will be sharing
Yeah.
some docs and some new changes will be coming, right? Can you just push it out or give us some context of what exactly is being coming and how that can be helpful?
Yeah, so I was going to do this by tomorrow, and then we're doing something in the future as well. So we have a lot of APIs. I was going to send you a big email, including the IP stuff as well. So sorry, we're just a little bit early. But
Fine, fine.
the IP that's coming in, you can pass in your own IP as well, and just use our scraping infrastructure. So let's say you decide that you want to have a fixed IP for a certain number of requests. You can just use our scraping infra. Our scraping infra is pretty straightforward to explain. It's full-headed Chrome with a browse with a display attached with a fully patched version of Playwright, and we fine-tuned it completely so it can scale up super fast. It can do whatever you want, and we handle concurrency via a request per minute, not concurrency. So that way, it's easy for you to code. It's just, hey, you send in 300 requests per minute or 100 requests per minute, which should cover it. We also have a screenshot API, which handles cookie banners. So let's say you want to extract a screenshot and analyze it or do whatever you want with it. It works super well. And then you can mix and match things. So we have a brand API. You can make your product look beautiful by adding in logos, other parts of it. There is other APIs that you can integrate, and you get access to everything. It's really up to you. Additionally, you guys are super helpful because I appreciate you sending back feedback. So I'm going to send you a discount code. It's like 50% off. It's basically at cost. So all I want from you in exchange for that is just let me know if there's anything you dislike. And you guys already do that. So you're probably like there's a certain type of customer I love. It's the people who give me a lot of feedback. So especially for that, it's very useful. But yeah, I think that's it. I'll send a follow
Yeah,
up with everything, and it should be fine. I'll send it by the end of today, yet my time in Pacific. So probably maybe early your day
sure,
tomorrow. You'll
sure.
get everything.
One last thing, right? Can you explain if it is not confidential how this guy is using ChatGPT and what exactly is the benefits he is getting and how he is driving? If that is not confidential on a high level.
It's not. So it's pretty straightforward. When somebody signs up for SiteGPT, they put in their website, and then we scrape a lot of information off their website. So the person can do it two ways. They either do it as part of onboarding, or they do it inside the product. And whenever somebody clicks, "Hey, I want to add a new link to scrape," right? They one click it and they do it very quickly. They scrape all types of things, so that's why we cover PDFs, but it's not confidential because we did a case study. So if you want to read through it, you could see what we're doing for them, the UI, etc. But it's really just infra. So it's a really good way. We have a very low error rate compared to Firecrawl. Or so Firecrawl for SiteGPT had a 10% error rate. We have a 0.5% error rate. So it's
No,
like
I get it that because what I told the other day, right? I'll give it immediately because I know I immediately figured out because I keep on doing a catch up of all this guys, whatever is
yeah, exactly.
happening.
No, no,
Right,
you
I
got
quickly get it,
it.
right? So one thing, so basically you do you structure it out because site GPT needs its structured output, right? Otherwise the chatbots will not be tuned enough to figure out what is coming, right? So that's what I was trying to
So
understand.
SiteGPT does it. This is also public information. They handle it on their own. So they just fetch the HTML and then they do the parsing and the extraction, etc. If you want to do your own extraction, I'll send you a few links on how to do it. So I'm going to send you a big email. So I'm going to say
Sure.
if you want to do it yourself, you do this. If you want to use us, you do this. It's the same cost. So it's really if you want more control or less control, you pick.
Got it. Yeah, that's what I was asking because others don't have control. I was telling you that they right don't have the control on the IPs, don't have the controls on routing, don't have the controls on. One last question. I'll not take much of your time. Let's say if something is breaking intermittent, it was able to 50% output. Will it return as success or fail? Let's say it is
We, we
scrapping. Yeah.
Whenever we fail, we don't charge you credits, and we return exactly why we failed. So if it was a 400 response or a 404 or a 415, 415 means you requested like an image, and we can't scrape an image, right? It's like
No, no, it is. See, let's say
yeah,
there are two ways, right? Let's say you are, I given a URL of the one website where there some of the things are highlighted, logged. You cannot scrape. let's say 50%, or something else is happened and you are only able to scrape 50%, will you return me the 50% output, or will you
Yes.
say that it is failed?
No, no, we'll return you the 50%, and the ones that fail, will tell you exactly why we couldn't scrape it. So it will handle it perfectly.
Okay.
And if there's, so what's going to happen, I'm going to add you both to a Slack channel. And then if you
Okay.
ever have any type of feedback, anything broken, any questions, let me know. I usually respond within an hour or 30 minutes during my day.
Sure. Slack channel
Hopefully,
would be definitely helpful because someone else will drop by. It will help. Yeah. You can put in there.
for sure.
We'll take it up.
Done.
Okay. Cool.
Um, okay,
Thanks a lot.
perfect.
Yeah.
Yep.
Omkar, do you have any questions? Then we can just take it.
Let's
Cool.
keep our meeting for tomorrow, and we
Sure.
can chat again after all the updates are out.
Sure. Sure. Makes sense. Like, thanks a lot.
Anytime. All right.
Yeah. Thank you.
Bye bye.
Hello. Yeah. Hi. Yeah. Hmm. Okay. 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 Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Is it extract endpoint from context.dev you mean to say? Okay. Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Cool. What is the time scale for that? Oh, okay. 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 I'm just worried about Postgres only, whether Postgres is will be that helpful or not for the answers. I'm just seeing some vector DB is helpful. Structure DB is not helpful. Okay. Okay. No, Neo4j is fine, but ultimately it is not a vector DB, right? Neo4j is not a vector DB. It's a structurally changed. So architecturally, you can design how to approach and segment it, but it is not going to tagging will not be there, right? Let's say if a person says I want an MSME, so it cannot search what all the queries have been searched about MSME, right? So that's a problem with traditional databases. We need to look at vector database. Yeah, but that is fine. Okay, one more change is then this architecture is right. If you go to Mitram page, just open Mitram website once. Mitram360.com .com direct. If you just search for why Mitram360, just do a down arrow. I mean, scroll on that Y Mitram 360. Scroll. No, no, top. You have tools, right? Loans tools in the header. Yeah, loans tools. Click on AI advisor there. AI advisor. Just if you see right, what I you click on let's find my best loan match. Okay, it is asking this. Okay, click on next. Select anything. Okay, select anything. Type something. Okay. No, no, no. I'll tell you why this is important. Type again. Okay, this is coming right. This is a comprehensive information, which will help us to give more granular information. Right there, we can say quick query or find a detailed match. When there is a detail, let's say if someone says comes in right, you see here, go ahead on the top again, or else open another chart and you can go ahead in another chart. All right, look at that. Okay, fine. I have a quick question, specific question. Click on I have a specific question. Then the flow is different if you see. You got it? What I mean to say? Okay. Because that will help, right, for you to do a analysis on right. So or else what happens, right? He keeps on asking our LLM model takes a lot of time and costing. But if he has just query, let's say he says that he wanted to just check how much is the tentative interest rate and what all, that's fine. But he wanted to do a match, but he don't know what. So we need a more detailed analysis of each and every product. What all the information is needed. Let's say education loan, what is needed for a PL loan, what is needed for a this, right? Once you get this form, right, it is easy for you to do the. Let's say now you send the other report which we got, right? Directly it will do if our model is designed like later on properly well, it can directly detect that. Okay. Let's say if a person wants to just check what is the lowest interest rate education loan provider. If you search, okay, then you need to do AI analysis and figure out in your database what is the lowest one. But let's say other one, I wanted an education loan. What is like same example here? What is the best loan for me? Then we need a detailed question answer for him from him, even if else. But without knowing, it is tough for us, right? Let's say if I say that, let's say from the first question, if he says educate loan, he will start giving on like all the loans, right? Like he will be confused. Exactly. Model, leave about model hallucination, right? Let's say now you want a college, okay? You want to get into a college. So let's say if for all whoever gets 10,000 below rank in the state exam, it gives 50 colleges. How will you feel? Or let's say you ask, I want ECE, I want this, I want nearest to my 50 kilometers, and I wanted where the rank of accreditation is NAC A, and I wanted placement 50%. And that comes down to 5, right? So this way, it is helpful for the customer as well, and it is easy for us to do scrolling. That's fine. We can, but I'm just giving you an idea how it can be helpful better. Once you know the context of the customer more better, you can give multiple information parameters. Then the search would be tougher, but easier for the customer as well as for us. Instead of doing 10 queries, one query with full information. That's what. Just give it a try, or else we can go with this and see how we can better. That makes sense. But you got why I'm trying to say that the context injection is the key, right? How you better give, let's say, instead of giving that, now you say that act as a banking analyst, credit analyst. It will, the context will change, right? So that's what the context here also will change. Exactly, exactly. Mm. You come to that, you come to the chart. So when you come to the flow. Not chart, the architecture diagram which you showed, right? Scroll it down. Scroll back and next year. Scrap, spot, router. No, scroll it down. Okay, you putting scrape again, zero result. Detect lender name in the question. Okay, dipstick. Okay, okay, okay. New shared LLM support services. Okay, okay. Mm. Have you tried with 20, 30 different variations of questions and continuous questions? Okay. Okay. What we'll do is because now the data is not good, right? The data because the metrics which you shared with me, right, with respect to scrapping, it is very like very low, right, compared to context, like literally 5% of scrapping, right? So what I'll do, I told him, right, okay, do you have the free credits? How many pays we can do scrapping for? Okay, fine. No worries. I'll just ask him to give the credits at a 50% detail, right? I'll get it. Or else if you want API key, I can give the with the new account and give you. Let me get it. I have 4 5 emails. I'll give you the. You need just API key, right? I'll give you. IP. Because he is scrapping someone else. He will restrict his only, right? Okay. Let me get you one. Let me get you one to just right away because I can switch the IPs. 2 3 IPs I can switch. Okay, we can do one IP from phone, one IP from hotspot. I'll do 3 4 IPs. No worries. I'll get the 3 4 IPs. Okay, sure. It is cool, and we can improve it on from here. I think at least we can start with whatever it is. We can see how we can integrate to the website straight away. I'll need to get the lovable one out of it and put it somewhere else because we need to remove from lovable and get out somewhere. I'll think of that as well. We need to. so it is easy to maintain. Hello. Okay, I lost the internet. Okay. Okay. Then cool. Let's you just make the changes and we'll speak. We'll continue. Okay. Good night. Thank you.